Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Eating While Broke. I'm your host, Colleen Whit, and today we have very special guest, comedian, actor Navv Greene in the building. Yay!
How you doing?
Thank you for taking time out of your schedule to come hang with me.
Oh man, for sure.
Yes. So, what are you gonna have us eating today?
Chicken tacos.
Chicken tacos. Okay, pretty simple.
It sounds simple, but not the way I make it out.
Is it gonna be good?
Oh, definitely that.
Okay.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
are the ingredients for your chicken tacos?
I got a few diced onions, some Tyson grilled chicken breasts. We got some great value pepper jack cheese that we sprinkle on top of that, and we got some queso.
Okay, and then you have salsa and sour cream.
Yeah, that's up to your
extra.
discretion.
That's some. Oh, okay.
I didn't have that, but
So we're gonna have queso in the tacos.
yeah, we just sprinkle it on top of it. Yeah.
Okay, I want to try these
Just a
tacos.
little
I mean,
drizzle,
you got my interest.
Eating while broke. Eating while broke.
By the way, when you said a few onions, you was real serious. It's like a little splash of onion.
Yeah, because you don't want to overdo it.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to overdo it. You don't want to take away that flavor of the chicken.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I always do that.
And then I heard you ask earlier if the butter was salted. Is there a reason?
Yeah, so I won't put that much seasoned salt on my chicken because you don't want to overdo that as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I know I sound like a real chef. I could have been one probably.
You're having fun with this.
Yeah.
Okay, so take me back to what was going on in the chicken taco era of brokenness.
Mainly, I think doing that, chicken was a lot cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want tacos, I think chicken was cheaper, and then you felt like it was being healthier because it was going through that phase with beef and pork, how we was kind of like trying to lay off of it. And then plus, I think Taco Tuesday, like people now, feel like you only could eat tacos on Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
But tacos are a good essential meal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So is this dish go back to being in your home with your parents, or is this college? Is this before
It's a little
acting,
both.
comedy?
It's a little both.
Take me there.
I think at home, it was either like this. I felt like this was like a gourmet meal, and plus with this kind of chicken, you could do so much with it.
Mm-hmm.
Alfredo, you could do tacos. So it was like multi-purpose.
Mm-hmm.
So anytime I bought this chicken, I know it could last me the week.
Now, did you buy the pre-made ones?
Oh yeah, this is a pre-made. So
you never did the raw.
Oh
You
no,
never-
no.
Oh, so
Because that
you-
costs more.
It costs more for the raw?
Yeah, because you getting the chicken breast, then you gotta cut it. This already come cut. So it's only so much you could do in a dorm room as well, and then at the house.
Okay, did you come from two-parent household, middle class, rich, poor?
Well, 2-parent, but we was a little under middle class.
Okay.
Yeah, but we was two-parent
Okay, nice. And then you went to college
for a year.
for a year. Oh, finally a college dropout.
You said finally?
Man, the last couple of interviews, everyone's so educated.
Yeah, man, and that's just a waste of time. And guess what they doing? Same place as me. So that just go to show you. But no, real talk. Like I went to college just because my parents were telling me, like, man, go to college. We felt like that was the right thing to do. But once I got to college, I was like, man. After I started dropping them first couple classes, and I was doing work study, and got that first refund check. I'm like, I'm out of here. Yeah.
You got your check from school and then you dipped.
No. I ain't gonna lie. I got the second one too. So the you know how they do it in disbursements? I think I said it right. So when they said that, I was like, nah.
Okay. So you drop out of school. What are your parents saying? And what were you even going to school for besides appeasing them?
Business.
Okay.
I had to think about it because I didn't care what. I just, anytime somebody just go to school for business, they don't know what they doing. It's like, why? What part
They're like,
of business?
well, we want money at the end of this, so we'll
Yeah.
just choose the option business.
But I went there, and I was taking up certain classes, and then after I would get out of class, I would like be joking in the I would be joking outside by the calf and stuff like that. And this one girl had told me, she was like, man, she was like, you really got talent. So her saying that, I was like, what you mean? She was like, you could be like an entertainer or something like that. And when she said that, I was like, yeah, I ain't coming back. So
all it took was this one girl.
And I don't even know her name. She probably don't even know she changed the trajectory of my life.
Wow.
Well, not trajectory, because I was going to do it anyway, but I did it faster.
Okay.
Yeah.
You was like, I'm not even going to waste no more
Man,
time.
I didn't even waste the time. Because when I go back, so in the summer, they start sending you information about dorms and stuff like that. So my mom was like, you didn't give me the paper to fill out your dorm information. I was like, oh yeah, I'm not going back. She's like, when you was gonna tell me? I was like, I've been thinking about it. So saying that to your mom and stuff like that, and you gotta think, just the year before, you done just had a high school graduation party, everybody bringing you all this stuff to go to college with. But they don't realize when you get to college, that money goes so fast. And this before Cash App. So like I had aunties and stuff like that, because a lot of my family, they never went to college. So they would give you $20 and felt like, hey man, that $20 don't last. And you want to go somewhere? Somebody don't spend it all at once. Man, I can't spend shit nowhere. But no, so it was just that and that. Just felt like you being a burden asking for money. Why you down there? Because you still, at home it was different. You could go out and hang, but at college you felt like you were by yourself. You feel me?
And then you don't have a lot of money.
Right. So I didn't go back.
But you went back to mama's house?
Yeah, I ain't had no choice. I ain't have a plan.
So what she say when you're like, hey, epiphany changed, I'm not doing this? Did she ask the good old, what's your plan?
So to be transparent with you, when I was in high school, I had did this show called Your Mama. It was an MTV Your Mama show. And I had won a couple episodes on there. So after I won, I knew then like I could do it. I wanted to be an entertainer, but it was like, I'm thinking somebody was gonna call from that, but no, that didn't happen.
Oh, okay.
So I like, boom. So now I'm in college. So when I come back, I'm like, I'm gonna work this job and then I'm gonna get me some money and go to LA. That was my whole plan.
Okay.
So I'm working at the Congress Center, stacking my little money. And when I say little, it was little because once you go to LA, you see, boy, this ain't shit. Man, that money was going so quick. Like the money I saved up, it was to share a room. I said, bro, and you know how when your parents tell you something like, you think life easy? I'm like, man, she don't know. Man, my mama knew. Like my dad, he never really tried to give me the answer because like I think as him thinking like sometimes you got to just find out by yourself. And I found out. So I stayed out there probably like 4-5 months.
And what happened?
Shit, I was right back in Atlanta.
No way.
Yeah.
Did you at least do the shared room thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that ran out.
And what did you do while you were in LA for that short stint?
I met a couple people. I had knew this guy Brandon Lewis. I knew him from he had did the Your Mama show as well, and I met a few comedians while I was out there. But it was like I didn't understand in LA, like you had to have credits or something to get on stage.
Well, yeah, LA is weird because they like make their comedians literally work from the door up.
Yeah,
like,
and I saw that.
Yeah.
So sometimes when I first moved out there, if you're familiar with the area, I was staying out there in Palmdale.
Oh, that's far. What?
Man,
You was on another island.
Listen.
And that was shared room? Palmdale?
No,
back
I
then?
had my own room in
Oh,
Palmdale.
okay. I was gonna say.
But listen, so when I'm in Palmdale, I'm riding the Metro Link to the city. That was the train.
I didn't even know they had a Metro Link in Palmdale. I've been there twice.
Whatever the big train is.
Yeah,
it come down to the city.
Okay.
So when I
How long is that ride? Like 2 hours?
No, it's not even that long. Maybe 45 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not that far. So when I
To the city, to Hollywood?
to LA, yeah.
Okay.
So when I get down there, I could be off 10 or 15 minutes, but it's not that long though.
Okay.
Hour max.
I would say an hour, probably.
Okay, good. I said 15 minutes.
Okay.
So look, I get there, me not knowing how the train works, it stopped running at 9.
Oh.
The comedy clubs don't start till about 8:39.
Yeah.
So then I would have to go to the train station and I gotta wait till it start running in the morning at 5. So I was like, nah, this ain't gonna work. I have to move closer to the city. That's when I found out about the UCLA. Like, now this was a good apartment I'm like, this one Craigslist, this is where you find all your Craigslist shit. So I'm on Craigslist, I'm like, but it's too good to be true. Cause it was.
What was it? Tell me that.
A shared room.
Oh, it was a shared room.
I'm seeing the price and I'm seeing the area. I was like, oh man, I done found my lick. Man, I'm sharing a room. So I was like, well, man. Man, he opened the door and somebody laying in their bed. I'm like, man, what is this? So I ain't even I had an air mattress.
Oh, you actually went through the shared room?
Yeah, I ain't had no choice. I had to give him the deposit.
All right. Oh, before you even saw it?
Man, you know how bad you got to be doing to give a deposit on a shared room? I was like, dog.
Okay, so then what happens?
So I stay a couple months doing that, and then that's when.
Did you get into any of the clubs during that?
Yeah, I had got in a couple clubs, and it mainly was like networking, but to a certain degree.
What you mean?
Cause it's like, hey, yeah, I'm out here to do this and do that. Like, okay, they don't really care. Cause you got to think, it's so many people out there with the same story as you, rather. So then I found out I had a child on the way.
Oh snap!
So that was my reason.
Oh,
I have to go back now, cause to be honest with you, I felt like this is what I'm supposed to do. You know, you hear it so much, like it's so cliche, like you got to struggle to make it. So I'm feeling like I'm just living in my truth. Like I'm hearing so many people that said they slept in their cars and stuff like that. So I'm like,
this is a part of the
I was willing to do all that till I found out I had a child. And I'm like, nah, you don't want to bring no child in. You trying to chase your dream.
Oh.
So that kind of I ain't gonna say it sidetracked me because it helped me out so much. So after that, then I had came back to Georgia.
So you went back. Now, did you end up having to get a job? What was the plan after you found out?
Man, I went back to that same job. I was working at the Congress Center, Georgia Dome, and I went back there because it was like a temporary job anyway. You work a certain amount of hours, so they'll always let you come back as long as you left on good terms.
So you start doing the job. Are you packing up the idea on your dreams at this point?
Nah, I never gave up on my dreams though. I just didn't know when or how it was gonna take shape or form. But I was like, it's something gonna come from this, and like I didn't know what it was gonna be at the time.
Are you living at your mom's or with your girl at the time? Or?
I was living with my girl at the time.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So you're raising this baby.
And I would have rather been staying on my mom. Cause like
you're hilarious.
No, I'm telling you the truth. If you go home broke to your mom, like it's sympathy. You go home broke to your girl, that's a different type of. You hear her complain, like you can hear your parents complain about the bills all day. It's like, shit, y'all been doing that since I was 3. Like, man, you hear your girl saying that shit, she making you feel bad. Like, man. So it was like, that was different. So we thugged it out.
Wow. So are you guys still together?
No.
Okay.
Every story don't end in the way you think.
Okay. So you staying with her. You're working at this temporary job type place, and you're not actively pursuing your dreams, or you're like praying on a miracle.
Yeah, at the time I'm not even actively like pursuing it because to be all the way. We had actually had to move to Savannah. My girl, she was in the Army. Oh. So she was at the
Army people got good benefits.
Yeah, for them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So she's down there at Fort Stewart in Savannah. That's like 3.5 hours away from Atlanta. So like every weekend we coming back, but you know that's gas money and stuff like that. So it was like on Sunday, Uptown would have Sunday for comedy club, but it's only so much if you not around the scene and don't know nobody, they don't really take you serious.
Okay.
So that was that.
That was that. To backtrack, how'd you end up in the yo mama situation in high school?
So look, a buddy at the school I was at, he was talking about it. So he was gonna do it. So he was like, just come down here with me. So all of us would joke in class. We go down there to, actually they had the auditions at Uptown. So we get on stage, we doing it. And then after we left, that was it. But I got a call back, he didn't.
I know, he was probably thinking like, why did I take him with me?
Yeah, but.
Or was he supportive?
Yeah, I don't think he really gave a damn.
Okay.
Yeah, it was just something to do. Okay. So then they give me a call back. So the first time that I leave to go, because this when you do like the free for all for the show when they have you in a big circle. Mm-hmm. So they had already told us like you get paid regardless. Mm-hmm. So I was like, shit, I don't give a damn. Yeah, of course. I know I'm gonna get some money from this, but I didn't even know how entertainment worked. I'm thinking they gonna hand me the money right after. So I get down there, end up winning. So they was like, yeah, you come back next week, and then we do like the raid the house thing where they show the different rooms. Mm-hmm. That's how the show used to work, but they go to your house. Mm-hmm. But I wasn't even supposed to be doing it, so I'm like, they can't come to my house. So they was like, do we get permission? I was like, nah, my mom, she said no already. And she don't even know I'm doing the show. So boom.
But wait, you were underage, didn't you?
I'm
sign
underage.
A release and everything? So man, how are you telling them this?
I lied about everything till I brought this when I got caught on the last show when I brought my dumb ass friends.
You got caught by your mama?
No, my friends, they putting their real age down. So they were like, how is he 18 hanging with all these 16-year-olds?
Oh my gosh.
So they pulled me to the side. So the one of the consultants, they were like, tell the truth. They were like, how old are you? I was like, 17 and a half.
Oh my gosh.
You know how you put the half on it, you make them feel better, but nah. So after that, they had to get permission from my mom. So that's how she found out I was even on the show.
Oh snap.
I was the youngest one on the show.
But at least it led with, hey, he already won, right?
Yeah, well, at first my dad was like, nah, tell him bring his ass home. It was like, well, he already won up to $3,000. Well, he better win it. Like, so he was supportive as hell then. But at first it was like, cause I had skipped school to do it. Mm-hmm. Cause like they were shooting certain scenes during the daytime. Mm-hmm. I would leave school like, or not even go.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so you got into some kind of trouble, even though you walked away with a check, right?
Yeah, but then I didn't even know how it worked. The check didn't even come till like 2 months later. Oh man. But I knew my money was coming, so I'd tell somebody like, you know, my money on the way. So by the time I got the check, that shit was gone anyway.
Okay.
But after I did it, it made me see for myself after just being on TV. You got to think this before social media. This in 08. So this before social media. We had not Facebook, we had MySpace back then. Yeah. But it's like when you was on TV and people come back to school, man, they was like, man, now we saw you on TV. Like, so it was different. And I never wanted that feeling to go away.
Yeah, I heard it's addictive.
Yeah. So, but after that, it took a long time to get back on TV.
Okay, so what's the next big milestone in your career inching towards success?
I think once we start doing social media skits.
Okay. What platforms are you using at that time?
That's when Instagram started coming around.
Okay.
So
did you do the Vine era?
I missed the Vine era.
Okay.
I caught the end of the Vine era and it was straight on Instagram. That's when Instagram started making the videos. I mean, you could
but they were longer than Vine because Vine was a lot
that's how they tricked them. Yeah.
Yeah.
So then once Instagram started doing the videos, it was okay. I'm just gonna do Instagram. Mm-hmm. So with that being said, at the time I'm still with my child's mother. So you know, like, of course we starting to do more things, and so she was like, "You don't think you want to get a job?" So when she said that, it's like, you know how you see the pressure of that. Like, I know I'm chasing my dream, but I still got to make sure my family's straight. Mm-hmm. But when she said that, it's like, man, I'm putting money into the house. I'm doing all the necessary stuff. I was like, I'll never work a job. Mm-hmm. And when I said
you're still contributing, right?
Yeah. And when I said that, I realized then I meant it. I was like, I don't want to work. This is all I want to do. Mm-hmm. So like, you know how some people, like you meet people and they have regrets. Like, man, I wish I would have did this, or I never wanted to do that. Mm-hmm. Like growing up, we try to tell our kids, you could do this and be that, don't give up, but then you give up.
Yeah.
Cause it's like, that's what I would have been. I probably would have been I'm a great father, but I would have been a superb father, but I would have been bitter as hell.
Yeah.
Like you watching TV
you'll have a lot of resentment.
Yeah, resentment.
Stuff like that.
That's the better word for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then you also end up with resentment with your mate too.
Yeah.
So you decide, like, in this conversation with her, that's it. I ain't never going to get a job again.
Right.
Okay.
So with that being said,
And so at this point, you're also, so how are you supporting the family at that point where you're like, I'm never getting a job? Because at the time you didn't have a job, right?
yeah, I was getting unemployment.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to unemployment. It done help. It done saved my life a few times.
Mm-hmm.
So unemployment, and then I was getting the while she was in the army when we was in Savannah, I had did the I ended up doing it as well.
You joined the military? Get the freak out.
No
Are
lie.
you in the military?
No, talking about now?
Yeah.
Hell no.
Did you make it through at least a couple years or?
Probably right at that.
Oh, so tell me, did you get kicked out the army or did you get, what is it, honorable discharge or whatever they call it?
Nah, it was on, man, when I first got there. So a lot of people don't know this. So like with that being said, when you go into a recruiter's office, they gonna tell you everything you want to hear.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, man, my kid and my baby mom, they right here at Fort Stewart. He like, oh yeah, you'll be right here with them. So I'm like, okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, all you got to do is go through your training. I went through the training. Man, they sent me to Korea. I was
Get
like,
the freak out.
man, when I got the paper, it said Korea, I could have cried. Cause I'm like, now it's like, as a grown man, I'm like, he lied to me. But I'm thinking I'm at 20. I'm 20 at the time. I'm like, he lied to me. They're like, who? They were like, I'm just sick. So I get to Korea, and that's when I realized, man, this shit fun. Like
The military is fun?
no, Korea.
Korea was fun?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I ain't think I was gonna last long, man. I got so many. You know about the military?
No, not really.
I had got so many Article 15s.
What's that?
That's like basically you done got in trouble.
For doing, what were you doing in Korea?
Man, no, I got in trouble before I even got to Korea. I swear to God to you, like, I'm in basic training. So they take away all your like privileges and stuff. Like, so when I say privileges, like if you smoke, you can't smoke for those 8 weeks or how long you're in there. You can't eat candy. You can't eat chips.
Candy?
Yeah, they strict on you because they really trying to show you can survive without that stuff, because if you, like you go to war, you won't have it.
Okay.
And some
Makes
people
sense.
are cracked.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I guess it was their method. Long story short, I get the basic training, and like I'm from Atlanta, so like a hustling mentality is gonna come to me.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, we could start. Our family could send us stuff, so I would tell them to take the soap out of there and put a cigarette box in the soap box and glue it back.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
selling cigarettes, $10 a cigarette.
Oh my gosh.
$10 a cigarette. And you got to think, this is my first time really around white people. So I'm not knowing, I'm like, these white people cool as hell until they got caught. They like, where you get that from? Man, so many, they came in and started pointing at me. But so I'm so good, I would buy cards from the PX.
Mm-hmm.
I would buy cards from there and I would send it back to home, but I would have the money in there. So I never kept money in my locker.
Okay.
So when they saw that, they had no evidence on me for real. I think I was the first one with a real RICO charge.
What's that?
Just a bunch of crime.
So
Nah,
it's
hey,
safe
look.
to assume you got an honorable discharge, right?
Yeah, it sounds like I'm lying. I swear to God, like I could show you proof. After
So how long did you last?
After that, I went to Korea, and when I got to Korea, I had got like they give you so much freedom to where you either punish yourself.
So they go from all restriction to mad freedom.
Oh yeah, in Korea? Oh man, it was great.
Okay, how long were you there for?
A year.
Okay, so you made it a year.
Mm-hmm.
And then you came home and they said, get out?
No, they didn't say it like that.
Okay, how they...
The commander, he was like, Green, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm surprised you last this long.
Me too.
Yeah, but he said, you can pass me a spoon.
Mm-hmm.
He said, now, you could get out or you could re-enlist, but I don't think you'll last here. So with that being said, I was like, I'm gonna get out because I'm still at this time, I feel like I got some money.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, now I could get back and chasing my dream like full. That was my whole plan, but I just never thought I was gonna end up in Korea.
So the military was paying you weekly while you were there, or I don't know how
You
it
pay
works.
by week. You get paid by weekly.
Okay.
But a lot of people, this what the people don't realize what the military do. It kind of sets you up for failure that you will always need them. Because
Yeah,
every 2 weeks you start depending on, you living check to check.
But that's the thing. Don't they take care of your like overhead and all that stuff?
What overhead?
I thought you live in the army or something?
Yeah,
I don't know how the military works. I would assume you live together, right?
Yeah, if you live on base and stuff like that, but you got to think about it. You got to have a car. You got to get around. So if you don't want to eat the food in the cafeteria. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, it's like, God forbid if you like wearing tennis shoes. You buy tennis shoes, all that stuff. It started just.
So you wasn't stacking your chips. You was having a good old time.
Oh yeah, I ain't stacking nothing.
Okay, so you get honorable discharge. You tell your girl. Was that a difficult conversation?
No, I think she knew I wasn't gonna stay. She probably was surprised I lasted that long. Like I'm telling, I started off so. The other Article 15, we had found some cards. Man, we playing cards. In the dorm room where you're supposed to be like sleep. So we playing cards and I'm talking trash to the guy and all of a sudden I don't see him no more. All I see is the drill sergeant. So I'm the only one get caught with the cards.
Man,
but I did not tell.
They was snitching bad.
Yeah, they was snitching bad.
You like them still?
Who?
Them people in the military? How they snitching?
That's what they were used to doing. You can't blame them for what they used to.
So
they ain't want to get in trouble.
So you get out of the military, next milestone.
That's when I started the videos.
Okay, that's when you started social.
Social media.
When do you see one start to really hit?
Man, when I think it was doing the shift leader and the Professor Fleet character. But when I did that shift leader, cause I had did a few videos before then, but only my friends were like laughing and like, cause they know me. But when I saw so many people that I didn't know start like laughing at the shift leader videos, I was like, man, I got something with this. And after that, it just started going, and I just thought I was finna take off then.
And then it went from there.
Yeah.
So what's your first acting gig after that?
My first acting gig, it was Dirty South House Arrest or either Digital Lives Matter. And that was with with Archive. It was me, DC, Emmanuel Hudson. Like all of us was under the same like who else was over there? Erica Duchess, Marco. It was so many people. Ernestine Morrison. So while we over there, like
how'd you get over there to begin with?
Shooting the videos. When once I shot the video with the shift leader video, they saw that and then just started shooting over there with them. So long story short, a lot of people was wanting DC at the time, just like now. But with them, they was like, if you want DC, find a role for them. So that's how we were getting in movies and stuff.
Okay.
And getting little gigs and stuff like that.
What do you mean by if you what do you mean by that?
Like they would want DC Young Fly.
Yeah.
But they would tell them, well, we also got these people. Could you find a role for them? So that's how we would get some roles.
Okay, so you guys stuck together.
Yeah. So like
smart. Yeah. Okay, I like that. You guys were
Me
like
too.
You guys. You guys are kind of like moving like the Kardashians, like you all put us all on.
Yeah. It was kind of like that for real.
Okay, so you get on. What is success? Is success starting to be a little bit more real to you at this point?
Hood success.
Hood success.
And when I say hood success, like people around the, boy, I see you, that type of shit. But it, like,
was the money equaling the?
Not really.
Okay, got it.
It was something like, you know, to get by with, but it wasn't enough money to like just be like living.
Yeah.
Cause it's still like
you're still like living check or hustle to hustle, check to check.
Exactly right.
Okay. What are your parents saying during all of this?
Well, see, my mom, she was telling me at the time, she was like, you got to have a plan B. She was like, it's not guaranteed, you know, like being a real mother. But my mother had never seen me on stage. So she come, we had a show at Uptown. She come to see the show live. It was, we would do a Ratchet People Meet show. She come see the Ratchet People Meet show. And once she seen me live, she was like, you gonna make it.
Oh, I love that.
And man, when she told me that, I knew then. I was like, boy, that's what like you want your parents to believe in you. But my mom, she had seen the Your Mama thing, and she used to always say, she was like, you like fast money. Like she was like, you understand. You have to work for certain stuff. But at the same time, she was right.
Yeah.
Like, I do like fast money, but I'm still gonna have to work for what I want.
Yeah.
It wasn't gonna be handed to me.
Yeah, and it definitely wasn't gonna be fast.
Man,
right?
what?
How many years of struggle would you say you had to go through?
Shit. Since 2 years ago.
I like that though. I
no
like
cap.
that. Yeah, so it's like over 10 plus years, right? And then you say 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Would you say it's been at least over 10 years?
No, I would say probably right at 7.5, maybe.
Okay.
8. Because it's like all between those before 2 years ago, I was living like we were saying, hustle to hustle.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you kind of like willing to like work on this, work on that, but now it's like it's to your discretion. Like, okay.
So what was the pivotal moment that happened 2 years ago where the landscape kind of changed?
Okay, in 2019, I had did Coming to America.
Mm-hmm.
And when I did Coming to America, that paid very well. Like,
and at this point, you probably know how to manage money a lot better.
No.
Oh, shit.
I fucked that money up so fast. Cause it like I told you, it came so fast. I'm like, bro.
We living.
Yeah, so when it came, I was like, man, this so dope. And I'm thinking it was gonna always be like that, which it wasn't.
Mm-hmm. Cause
you gotta think, after that movie said it's over with.
Mm-hmm.
So, but you gotta get some money to realize how to maintain it and manage it. So after that,
so it's not having it that teaches you. It's once you get it and lose it that teaches you.
You could not have it for a long time, and then when you get something, you're gonna start buying stuff that you wanted. You're gonna look out for people that you always felt like you had to look out, but I wasn't in the space to do that yet. Mm-hmm. But I didn't realize that.
Yeah, so you blew it.
Not all at once, but yeah.
Pretty fast.
And then, you know what? The pandemic happened right after that.
Mm-hmm.
So we not working.
And
the money I felt like I had saved up, oh shit, I ran through that.
Yeah. So then you're going through the pandemic. What's your next play?
And then right after that, after I do Coming to America, I start touring with 85 South.
Okay. Nice. I love the homie bond and the
But soon as we started touring, that's when the pandemic happened. Well, as soon as I started touring with them, I would have
been like, dang, God, come on, work with me, man.
Listen, I counted those. They sent me the dates. I counted them dates and multiplied my money by. I was like, boy, I'm rich forever. I felt like I'd never be broke again.
Okay.
Then the pandemic happened.
What's your mind state when that happens? Do you start to question your purpose, or what are you thinking?
Hell no, I was questioning the world. I was like, what the fuck going on? Why I didn't wait till I start getting some money to do this?
Yeah, exactly.
So then, with that being said,
by the way, did you know? Because I remember when the pandemic happened, I was one of those students that didn't pay attention in school ever, and so I didn't know that like pandemics and things like that happen. So when it first happened, I was completely like, what the F? I remember specifically the NBA canceling the games. That was like a huge, like, when they started we're in doing trouble.
It, yeah.
And then at first I was like, oh, we'll last 3 months. Oh, we'll last 6 months. Then I was like, yo, are we ever getting out of prison? Like, you know? Mm-hmm. But I then realized how important paying attention in history class was.
And not even that, because we hear about stuff that goes on all the time, but it's like, if it don't affect us, we don't really care.
No, we don't.
People can say they do, they don't really care. Because this shit happening on right now. No, but it don't phase us. Yeah. But it's like when that happened, I was like, man, the whole world shut down. Luckily for Atlanta didn't stay shut down long. Like the world was shut down.
What do you mean Atlanta didn't stay shut down for long?
Oh, we were back running in 3 weeks.
What? No way.
Yeah,
Are you serious?
No lie. We couldn't do certain stuff. We still couldn't tour. 85 South couldn't tour, but we started back working, like doing stuff in house, and like it was still like what's the governor name? Yeah, Kemp say shit. Life goes on.
Oh nah, in LA it was.
Oh yeah, it was strict. Yeah, y'all was shut down. Clayton was out there, so we knew.
I'll tell you something though. I had this really bad thought during the pandemic. I really shouldn't confess this, but like when they broke out, like you could wear masks. The evil, I guess, side of me was like, yo, we could like really rob somebody. And, like, like, what are they gonna say? That person with a mask? Like, you know, it was so easy. And I was like, yo, this is a dangerous setup. Like, you going into these stores with masks on. And I thought that for at least a year. Like, yo, this could be the ultimate robbery get away with thing. You know, you could wear a wig. You could
all that
and get away with it, right?
Right.
You know, but anyways, that was a definite thought in my mind. But I also remember going through the pandemic, even though the whole world was going through it, that was the first time I realized like how selfish I was, because I was like, I get the world's going through this, but what about me?
No,
Like,
and you're not really being selfish, because you like, we didn't know what was going on.
Yeah.
Like, damn.
Like, every time someone would try to pick me up, but like, you know, the whole world's going through this. I'm like, I get that, but let's focus on.
But you know, another thing though, it made you realize like we have to figure something out.
Yeah.
Because why we depending on like we were. I think before that everybody was depending on this or depending on that to happen. But then it's like I gotta put some content out. Let me do this. Let me do that.
Well, for you guys, yeah, for the content creators, it was good for y'all to some degree. I think for me, the most I walked away from the pandemic, especially living in LA. LA is one of those cities. It's like, hi, nice to meet you. What do you do? Like, it's we don't even care what your last name is or nothing. What do you do? How can we?
And it's a fake place too.
Yeah, it's super fake. But it was the first time where people started having conversations like, how are you doing? What are you doing? What, you want to hang out at your house? No fancy restaurants. And I truly can say that those 2 years, to be able to get one-on-one with friends, even guys, because guys don't really talk. They kind of do activities with you. You know, they'll be like, let's work out together. Let's go. If I hit up my homies and I'm like, yo, you want to hang out? They're like, no, but I'm going to the gym. You can work out with me. If I'm not working out with them, they're not trying to. But it was the first time I got to have like eye-to-eye conversations with men where it was like they were talking about actual issues, like the way women do. You know what I'm saying?
And it made you appreciate family too.
Yeah.
Cause I had no choice, but I was spending so much time with my family. Like, we were doing stuff around the house. So it's like after that, I kept doing that. Like let me at least do something with them every now and then.
After the pandemic ended?
Yeah, even after the pandemic.
Okay,
I would
nice.
do little family stuff with them.
Okay, so you survived the pandemic.
Oh, soon as it opened, soon as the pandemic opened.
For you guys, it was 3 weeks later.
No, but I'm saying you
couldn't tour.
We couldn't
but
tour.
You could do little stuff in Atlanta.
Yeah, we could do little stuff in Atlanta. So it was certain stuff we was finding out we could do. So after the pandemic ended, I want to say towards the end of the year, the touring started back.
The end of the year? It wouldn't be 2 years later?
Oh, it was the next year.
I was like,
God. Oh,
it was 2 years.
I'm surprised I survived that then. The money had been gone.
Well, they had the unemployment. Like, I saw people that were like homeless doing backflips, okay? Because they were like, yo, this is the most money I ever made in my life.
And I don't know if I can talk about that. That helped too. But mine were legal because I had just worked on that Coming to America set.
Oh, okay.
So I was an employee.
Okay, yeah.
And it ended right then, so I was getting my unemployment from that.
I know in LA there was a lot of people doing unemployment schemes, boy.
Yeah, my cousin was getting unemployment in LA. He ain't never been out there. He ain't.
Nah, I knew.
He went after though.
Let me tell you something. There was some people's mailboxes that was getting overloaded with them unemployment checks. Like, people was finding ways to ship them checks out, man.
Cuz went after the fact, but during.
Yeah. So, okay. So you survived the pandemic gracefully. You come out. You start going on the road.
Yep.
The money comes back.
But then you got to think you really playing catch up.
Even with I thought the unemployment during the pandemic was like.
Well, I blew that shit.
You're hilarious.
Cause I wasn't working for it, so I didn't appreciate it.
How's your?
Oh, you want one?
Feed me. Oh. I think this is the first ever episode where someone made their meal and just cooked it. Like, I'm at your house. You're like, I'm supposed to critique your food. Okay,
oh, my bad. Go ahead.
It's a chicken taco. It's got the little sauce.
Try it out.
I just want to show you this. This look like a definite hood taco.
Check it out. You can add lettuce and stuff to it. It's pretty good.
Do you usually add this white sauce?
The queso? Yeah.
Okay.
You need a queso.
Okay. Okay.
Want a little bit more queso on there? What? It's salty?
Mm-mm.
What?
It's dry, man. You need like a lot of salsa.
Well, I didn't know you was gonna eat it. I can't sauce it
How's
up
yours?
for you.
How's yours?
Mine good.
You need to add. Oh.
Oh damn.
Oh man.
I wasn't gonna add that much.
I messed up. Hold on.
Now bite. Let me see.
Let me see. Hold on. I'm gonna end up making this super saucy. Better.
That's all you were missing.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if I like it with the queso.
For real?
Mm-hmm.
You don't like queso?
Mm-hmm.
Then sometimes you just get you a bag of chips and eat with it too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, don't crunch up them chips on there. Mm.
That would have been great.
Well,
If
see,
we would have put the chips on there.
but
We got some chips.
I didn't know how the budget was set up.
So when you're at home during these broke times, is this what you're doing? You like, oh man, you know what? This could just use a little bit of chip add.
Yeah, man, you know what's so good?
Are you gonna do it with chips? I feel
Oh,
like
yeah,
it's
come
gonna
on.
be good.
Mhm.
I think I was on this show. I forgot who. They added chips to a sandwich, and I said, "Yo,
Oh yeah, that's the best. And you cut it diagonally. I don't know what about cutting that sandwich diagonally.
it must be an Atlanta thing." Because yesterday I was asked, they were like, "How you cut it?"
It make a difference.
Straight, and I said diagonal, and they were like, "Yes, you won. You passed."
So when we start back touring,
Much better.
it's good.
Mm-hmm.
Now we talking.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And I got more queso in that bite.
Yeah, I'm gonna add some salsa to it too.
Mm-hmm. It's
And
how
that
much
pep-
you add.
And that pepper jack cheese,
Mm-hmm.
I think that's good right now.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to overdo it. Take the flavor from your chicken away. So when we started back touring, this time I realized like, okay, I never know what could happen.
Mm-hmm.
I need to save better.
Mm-hmm.
Put money up in case this happens. Because you never know.
Yeah. Also,
Say
did the pandemic not only teach you, one of the things that I definitely walked away with, because I owned a business and it was like doing really well and it was my only stream of income.
Mm-hmm.
When the pandemic happened, I learned that you should never only have one stream of income.
God damn. You motherfucker good as hell. Hey,
And not, hold on. Let me
you
take
hear
another.
that crunch? We done fucked them up with that.
It reminds me of the crunch wrap at Taco Bell.
This might be a little better though.
Oh, okay. I love how proud you are of your cooking.
But no, you're right though. Cause it's like, you just gotta have some money, man.
Yeah, but multiple streams makes a
Multiple
difference.
streams.
So you get this money, now you're thinking about saving and making it work.
And then more opportunities just start coming. Oh, I'm tripping. Another thing. During the pandemic, 85 South got to host the BET Awards.
Okay.
So all between this time, I'm getting unemployment.
Mm-hmm.
I do the BET Awards with them. They stopped my unemployment. Because they felt like I was employed.
But I would think that that would be like an independent contractor. You wouldn't have to deal with that till the very end.
But when you put that social security number down on
It
there,
dings them
it dings them.
right away?
So then they sent me some stuff in the mail. They was like, "Are you employed with them?" I'm like, "No, I just didn't write back." Cut my unemployment off.
Oh, shit.
Yep. I that's what I had to think about. Like, what happened during that time?
Okay.
But after that, we get back to touring, and then another thing, you can't really just know you're automatic, because if they have dates, anything could happen. Like, well, we got to cut back on the budget, so I'm not guaranteed. So I was like, I need to just start saving money in case those things happen.
Mm-hmm.
But God forbid it never happened. I did that and just start saving more, and then just like notoriety, like more people knowing you, and then even like doing the 85 South show, and then after that I did a few music videos.
Okay.
Yeah, so it just was like the trajectory just was happening exactly how I would think it was gonna happen, but it just didn't come at the timing that I thought.
Mm-hmm.
I thought right after I did Coming to America, I was just gonna.
Yeah.
But it didn't happen like that for a reason.
What do you think that reason is?
To keep you grounded. I'll say keep you grounded, and then to understand things like it's not on your time. A lot of people, and we don't realize it. People like you're gonna appreciate this when you get to this level or get in this place. And I didn't realize it at the time, like because some people go through way worse than I think I went through. But after the fact, man, when I started just seeing, like you see the productivity or like the progress of your own career. Like if I look back, certain times when I'm getting deposits from a show, like this might be twice the money I was getting for a show, and I was so happy to drive to. But it's like we start feeling entitled. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, how do you stop from feeling that entitlement though?
Man, you got to just go around people who bitter. I don't know if I'm saying the right thing.
What you mean?
Sometimes
there's no such thing as the right thing, and that's why I love this show, because we get to kind of get this perspective.
But now, like, you know, when you go around somebody and you hear them complaining and feel like, oh, I'm supposed to be doing, like, nah, you got to work for this. Or like, this could be me if I don't keep like grinding and keep working.
What are some key things that you learned about the industry on your road to success?
Man, be useful. And when I say be useful, a lot of people try to take away from a situation when they get around a situation. Sometimes I'm thinking, what can I bring to this situation? Sometimes even if it don't benefit me at the time, it's like, I want to show I'm a team player. So a lot of people don't want to be a team player.
They just come in with the...
Yeah, and a lot of people want to be like, a lot of people want to be the ultimate star. And when I say that, like, I'm thinking about on the sports side, a lot of people want to be like the main face of the franchise or something like that. Man, that don't mean nothing if you're not a good teammate or a team player. It's sometimes in certain teams, if you think about maybe the Chicago Bulls, Dennis Rodman go on any other team. He Dennis Rodman. But it's like how he was helping them win championships, you're going to remember Dennis Rodman. You're going to remember stuff he was doing. I'd rather be on a winning team and being a role player than being on a team that's not doing great and being a star. Because then it's like...
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Never
and a
thought
lot
of
of
it
people
like
don't realize that, though. You want to... Because the people who make the most money, they usually have to have the most bills. More people to take care of. Yeah. So you find the little level you want to be at and stay right there.
Yeah, I agree. I'll meet some people, they'll be like, they'll be broke, and they don't necessarily, I don't want to say broke, but they don't really help others. And they'll be like, well, when I'm rich, I'm like, yo, if you're not doing it at this level, it's only going to get worse, because the more money you make, the more bills go up.
Man, and there's some stuff you can't teach.
Yeah, no. When I first moved to LA, I think my first room for rent was like $450. That'd be impossible now, you know? But sometimes I joke with my girlfriends, like, yo, when I first moved there, I lived on like $1,200 a month. I'm like, how did I do that? But the truth of the matter is like your bills are just gonna keep growing as you grow. So if you can't find it now, you know. You're
gonna want more stuff out of life. You see more stuff. You're around certain people now. Your needs grow. So it's like, and plus you're not the same person you was at 24. Yeah. 27, 30. You know what I'm saying?
What advice would you give to other comics or actors?
It's gonna sound crazy, but don't give up. That's why a lot of people don't make it. Don't give up. And a lot of people, when you look around and you see certain people, they either gave up or they got a bad ass attitude. That stopped a lot of people. Yeah. If I come around you and you always negative, I don't want to be around you. Even if I'm going through something, I'm not gonna bring that around you. Cause then you gonna like every time, we're always going through something. Yeah. Like feel you still gotta be like leave certain stuff like at the house. If you're going through stuff at the house, or leave stuff at your job.
I agree with that.
A lot of people like you gotta be wanting people to be likable. Yeah. People not likable and they give up. Yeah. And that's why they give up, because they're not likable.
Have you ever burnt bridges in the industry? I'm just curious.
Yeah.
Can you share a story about that? We don't talk a lot about it, but I do know in the industry I learned a valuable lesson at a very young age on how dangerous it is to burn bridges in the industry, because you never know
Who you might need, and it come full circle.
and it comes full circle, and you're like, that one person, it wasn't worth it.
But you know what I do notice though? It's like I'm just not burning them just to burn them. Like,
Of course.
After a while, it's like, man, hey, we don't reach the peak. Like, if we never have to work again, that's cool. And then I'm loyal.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like the people that I work with and stuff like that now, if it gets to the point where we don't work together anymore, we done done so much business together. I know it just reached its time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But it's like the people I'm around, it's like I like to be around solid people.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like you're not solid and I can't trust you or I can't read you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Then I'm faking it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to go around nobody I got a fake laugh with,
Mm-hmm.
fake kick it with.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, it's not so much a burning bridge. It's like if somebody was like, what happened with you? I say, oh, I don't fuck with them.
Mm-hmm.
And that'd be it.
Okay.
I'm not talking bad about them. I don't fuck
Yeah,
with them.
I mean, sometimes you could burn a bridge, like I said, accidentally. You could burn a bridge.
Yeah.
But and it don't have to be like I don't F with them. It just be like I accidentally burned a bridge. But
And so, not knowingly.
yeah,
But that's,
not
you know
knowing.
what? A lot of people don't have relationships to know that they burnt the bridge.
I was very fortunate. I remember when I did it. It was ironically, it had something to do with Ludacris, Def Jam. Kind of messed me up, but it was an accidental overstep. But I was fortunate enough to have other people on the label call me and be like, yo, you better send some flowers and start kissing ass now, because you really did some damage.
But you had a relationship with them.
I had
They knew your
relationships.
character.
Yeah, they had relationships where they were like, go take quality time and fix it. And luckily, I was able to fix it, but I got someone on the inside saying, you messed up, fix immediately.
But them knowing you, what if you was going around them always with a negative attitude and a
Mm-hmm.
bad spirit? They were like, oh, that's just her.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't have looked out for you.
They wouldn't have looked out for me.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll never forget that lesson, and I was like, never ever again, because I remember I had to work with Jay-Z on a project.
That's big.
And that's when it bit me in the ass, and I said, that hurt. It hurt more than you could ever imagine. I was like, damn, had I not fucked up? I never forget it. I was like, never again. You'll never forget a lesson when it involves Jay-Z, right?
Hell no. You see my eyes get big when you said it was Jay-Z?
Yeah, I was like, oh man, that was a major fuck up. And yeah, lesson learned. Never ever after that, never ever burn a bridge.
But a good thing, he'll never forget you.
Oh, it wasn't with Jay particular. So our cross paths, he definitely forgot. But but it's so funny because I still email requests to Jay-Z's publicist. I'll say like once every 4 to 6 months, and I shoot my shot, and I'll just be like, "Don't worry, in a couple months, I'll come back to you."
Yeah,
and I think
sure.
she thinks it's funny at this point. You know, sometimes she'll respond really fast. Sometimes she'll be like, yeah, I'll see you in a couple months.
It'd be like that.
Yeah. But thank you so much for your time. I really, really appreciate it. Where can people keep up with everything Nav Green?
On social media, at Nav Green, Navv Green.
Mm-hmm. Is there any projects we could look out to in the future, near future?
Right now, something coming very soon. Drewski, he's doing a Coulda Been House.
Mm-hmm. What's that about?
Well, he takes some talent. He say they talented, but he takes some artists and put them in a house, and they compete for $50,000.
Oh, okay.
So it's like,
and it's called what?
Coulda Been House.
Coulda Been House.
Yep.
That's hilarious.
And then got Broken Play on the Channel 85 app. That's my sports show.
Mm-hmm.
Touring with 85 South by the end of the year. We got a movie, Departments, out.
Mm-hmm.
That Tip directed. Carlos Miller is in it. DC Young Fly, Lil Duval, J Ski. It's so many funny comedians in it. K Dub. That's out. Yeah, shit. That's about it.
Okay. Everything Nav Green.
Well, everything Nav Green.
All right.
You didn't finish your food. Tell the truth. Why was it? Don't talk behind my back.
It's a solid C plus.
A C.
A D plus. It's one of those meals that I don't go home and try to remake.
Man, you crunch though.
It was cool. I gotta be polite and to some degree. You're a comic. You can roast me if you want.
No, so you made it. Look how much I ate.
You was probably starving to death. It's a definite I'm broke and starving to death and I need to fill my stomach. Like,
man, I killed my shit.
This is a definite.
I looked, I was like, you just bit twice when you
Nah,
had
I
the
tried
bite.
to help it with the sauce. I tried to help it with the chips. I mean, I tried to bless you with a Taco Bell compliment, sort of, but
Hey,
nah, man.
I've never been tricked so bad in my life.
This was absolutely like one of the dishes that I would not highly
Talk
recommend.
about burning bridges.
I know. Burning bridges, come on.
Nah, man, it was dope, man.
Yeah.
I appreciate you having me.
Nah, I appreciate you taking the time out of your schedule to share your story. Thank you.
Thank you.
Peace out, y'all.